So let's take a look at how to sell with Facebook Live. Now, there's 4 things that you're really going to want to keep in mind when you're selling with Facebook Live or Google Live. And I'm going to go into each of these in more detail, but just briefly is, if you're going to be doing this on a regular basis, you want to have a schedule. You want to be either entertaining or informative, depending on whether you are a business to consumer, you want to be entertaining. If you're business to business, you want to be informative. You want to be able to create a community around your videos and make it super easy for people to buy. So let's take a look at each one of these and some really excellent examples that I have for each one. Okay, the first thing we want to talk about is doing this on a regular schedule. Now, if you are really committed to doing Facebook Live on a regular basis, you need to get people into a routine of turning in at the same time and the same day. So if I asked you, when is your favorite television show on? You would know the exact date and time that that's on. Everybody knows Game of Thrones is on Sunday night. Downton Abbey was on Sunday night. There are certain things like Law and Order, SVU, is on Wednesday night. There are certain shows that if you watch on a regular basis, you know when they are. And so you want to do the same thing. You want to create a schedule for your Facebook Live video. Now, if you're doing them sporadically, obviously you don't have to do this, but you still want to ask your audience when the best time is for them. Now, one of our members who's on the webinar today, Laura Stewart, has a fashion truck called the Platinum Pony Traveling Boutique. And she does a Facebook Live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Central Time. And she calls it Happy Hour at the PPTB. And she's really good about reminding people. Over here on her Facebook events page, you can see that she's got Facebook events here, Happy Hour at the PPTB, Thursday at 9 p.m. Central Time, and it's on Facebook Live. Again, same thing here. She's creating that schedule for people. And Laura, I'm going to bring you on a little bit later in the webinar when we talk about how to be entertaining, because I think you're really good at that. So I'm going to unmute you, and we can talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. Now, this is another example of a brand doing Facebook Live. Now, Jerry's Artorama is an art supply store. They are a brand I've been familiar with for years because I'm a watercolor artist and I order supplies from them. They have some stores, brick and mortar, but they also have a huge online store, and they do the absolute best job of Facebook Live I've ever seen. And I interviewed the woman who is an artist. Her name is Amy Dean, who does their Facebook Live videos. Now, they're called Jerry's Live, and they're every Tuesday at 5:30 Eastern Time. Now, you'll notice that's an interesting time. That's kind of late. They were originally going to do them at 3:30, but they asked their fans, is that time good for you? And they said, no, do it later, do it 5:30. So, see, they're already creating a community. They went to their fans and said, what is the best time for you? They make an event for every single Facebook Live video that they do. And what this does is it allows people to RSVP to it. And you can see here that the number of guests, this is the number of people who have responded that they're going. And the great thing about this is if you respond with an RSVP, Facebook will remind you of it. So definitely take advantage of events if you're going to do regular Facebook Live. Now, here's the other thing that Jerry's does that I just think is super, super smart. They send out a reminder email. This is the actual email. It's really long, and it's in very Jerry style. They're not quite ShamWow, but they have a lot of stuff on their email. But you can see here, this is Amy, And this is basically what their videos look like.